Beautiful day here in the Bay. Hopefully beautiful in some way wherever you are today. We'll start seated. Rest your hands wherever. Take a deep breath in and just sigh it out. Another deep breath in and sigh it out. Last one, deep breath in. Sigh it out. And we'll take that into 3 ohms. Continuing just to breathe in and sigh out through your mouth for a moment. And just focusing your ohms on whatever you're grateful for today. Using the breath to fuel the body and your sense of gratitude to fuel your soul. Here we go, deep breath in. Shoulders and upper back. So just starting in your seated position with that, just begin with a few neck rolls right here, just however that feels good to you, rolling your neck around one way and then the other way, and taking that a little bit into the upper shoulders too, so you feel mobile through your collarbones. And just rolling it around. And then we'll take it into a little side body stretch. Press down into your left hand, reach up with your right, and then push off your left hand to get yourself to the other side. Reach really up to the ceiling and press down into the earth at the same time. And then we'll take that a little faster, breathing in as you reach up, breathing out as you transition, and just finding a little mobility, side stretch, like you're trying to pick something from the sky and pull it to you, pressing down into the earth with the other hand. So do that. One more set. And then bring your hands behind you. Just pick your feet up any old way. Just reaching into the floor again and sliding your head from side to side. And then we'll take this into back rolls. You're coming around side to side, just letting the elbows soften. Just kind of like you're digging yourself into a comfy spot at the beach. And then just linger on one side or the other. And move the shoulders a little bit as you let one ear stay to one side, move the shoulders around. Then come back to a seated position, interlace your fingers, press your palms forward, and then lift up. Notice if the ribs pop out, you just want to broaden across the upper back and draw your upper arms into the midline and press your arms as straight as you can. Knit the front ribs together. Breathe in. Exhale, release the arms down by your side. Fingertips creep away from you so your neck is long, arms long. Left ear to the left. Creep your right fingers a little bit more away. Anchor those fingers down, then reach your left arm up. Left palm comes to the right ear. Just a little stretch, really not a lot of pull on the neck, but creep your right fingertips away from you. And then release, dropping your head forward, chin to chest. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. And then roll up and we'll go to the other side. Creep your fingertips away and drop right ear to the right. Left fingertips really creep far away as you find this just open neck stretch. And then we'll add to it just a little bit, stretching the right hand up and over to your left ear. Now, without really cranking on the neck, you just feel a little connection and a little more creep of your left fingers away. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breath in. Breath out as the right hand drops, chin comes to the chest, and then fill up. Chin stays on the chest as you empty out. And again, fill up through the back body. Exhale and roll up. Bring your feet in front of you. Hands behind, reverse tabletops. Press up, look toward your knees, tuck your tailbone, activate your core and your legs. And then straighten your arms as much as you can. Broaden across the collarbones and see if you can look straight up. Breathe in. Breathe out. A nice full breath, just as if you were going to do 3 ohms right here. Breathe in. Let it go. 2 more, just like that. Breathe in. And 1 more. Activating those hamstrings, glute muscles, and then lower it down. And come to your knees. Curl your toes under. And then sit back towards your heels. If you can, sit all the way up on your heels. Or if not, just keep a little weight on your hands and we'll focus on the toes. Squeeze your hamstrings up and in so the back of your legs are active. And that will support your legs to open through the toes. Take another 2 breaths wherever you are. Grateful for toes that can bend. And then slowly return to all fours. Curl your toes under, or keep them curled under, and press up to downward facing dog just for a moment. Then bend your knees. You're going to walk back to the back of your mat. Soften your legs. Drop your head and then just shake it out. Shake it out. No. Shake it out. Yes. And then just dangle here for a moment. Ragdoll. Take your elbows and slide your weight a little side to side. Just breathing in nice and fluid. Yeah, just breathing out the stiffness this morning. Breathing to create more space inside the body. Then release your hands. Roll up at the back of your mat. And then just standing open gate pose. Roll the shoulders up and back. Palms face forward. Activate your legs as you're doing this. You stay strong, active through the legs. 1 more shoulder roll forward, and then we'll take it back. So as you go back, turn your palms away from you a little bit, and then let them come forward. Just allowing the whole roll to go into the arms and into the hands. Maybe even a little bit into the head and the neck. Just moving it around. And then we'll come back to stand. Place 1 hand on your heart, the other hand over that. Activate your legs, root into the earth, close your eyes and feel your breath, awakening your whole being. Connecting to a sense of gratitude, even if there isn't a specific thing that comes to mind, just being grateful, being in a state of gratefulness. Just to breathe and be and move together. 1 more breath in. And breath out. And then let it go. Shake it out. Shake out your legs. Shake out your arms. Just shake everything out. Let everything shake, 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 shake. And then come to a sense of stillness. Just a little twist. Just a kind of twist that lets your arms flap around to the sides. Energize those legs. So your legs aren't going with you in the twist. But just the arms kind of begin to take on momentum of their own as they rebound out of the twist. Yeah, feeling a little mobility in the thoracic spine. So it's just the rib cage. You have this sense of rib cage turning on the spine. You just feel where it feels a little stuck. Breathe there. And then slowly let it just slow down, slow down, slow down. Hands on your waist. Drop your chin to your chest and we'll take another roll all the way around to the right. Roll all the way around to the left. All the way around to the right, energizing through your spine now. Legs, spine. chin to chest, and reach your arms up overhead. And hands come to your heart space. Breathe. Then open up your arms wide. And then take it into a little arc. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and just lift your heart like you're just turning to the sun. Breathe in. Exhale, round in and hug yourself. Left arm over the right, or whichever one, doesn't matter. And then we'll just switch it out. So you're opening, squeeze shoulder blades, taking in the sunshine. Even if it's behind the clouds, and then you'll just switch your elbows. So opposite elbow comes over the top as you hug in. Breathe and hug in. Now pause here in this hug, and then just move this hug around a little side to side so you're feeling through the upper back. So pull your belly up and in, root through the legs so you're neutral in your lower spine. Move it around a little bit. And then we'll open it up again through the center. Squeeze your shoulder blades, reach. And then opposite elbow comes over the top. Pause. And creep your fingers around the back of your body. And move it around. Just moving a little, just feeling where it feels a little tight. Breathe there. Then release it. Hook your thumbs together as your thumbs come up overhead. You can let the shoulders reach up and then let them relax. Breathe. Notice if the ribs are popping. That's okay. Just neutralize that by broadening across your upper back. Even try to rip the upper arms apart from one another and hook the thumbs a little more strongly. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. As you swan dive, bend your knees, fold in, dangle your head down. And then bend your right knee and lift your left arm up overhead. Turn and twist to the left and roll the wrists out. Try to straighten through your left leg if you can. Twist a little more open and then switch. Bend your left knee. Right leg straightens as much as you can. Roll the wrists. Lift your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Then from here, interlace your hands behind your lower back. Bend your knees a lot. And then roll your shoulders up and back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Lift your chest up, straighten your legs, and squeeze. Shoulder blades, palms, belly up and in. Try to keep your bind and fold forward. You can rebend the knees if you'd like. And then we'll do this again. Squeeze, lift up, peek forward, strong legs. Exhale, fold in. And you can stay here and find a little movement through your hips, through the shoulders, moving around the neck, and then really letting it dangle. Neck dangles, palm squeeze. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower back receives your breath. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hands to your lower back. Really feel in there, and then slowly draw your hands down the back of your thighs, back of your calves, all the way down to the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. And then slowly roll up again to stand. Inhale, reach your right arm up, left hand down, heaven and earth. Again, reaching for the sky, trying to pick something off the sky, like grabbing the fruits, the low-hanging fruit, the things that are good, the things that are working, the support that you have. Reach, reach. One more set. Reach. Bring your hands down. Hug it in. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, hug it in, opposite elbow. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, hug in. Just an upper back, opening and hugging. One more open. Hug it in. From the hug, unfurl, hook your thumbs, reach up overhead. Strong lift through the legs. Breathe in. Exhale, swan dive, soften. Inhale, left arm goes up, left leg straightens, twist to the left. Exhale, both knees bend. Return the hand to the floor. Other side, right leg straightens, right arm up, twist to the right. Exhale, fold in. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, fold in with a bind. Inhale, lift chest up again, like halfway lift. Strong through core and legs. Exhale, fold, and then we'll pause here for a moment of just shoulder awareness. Moving it around. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hands to your lower back. Just touch in at the sacrum, then breathe in there. Feel your breath. Exhale, slide your hands down the back of your legs. Straighten them out if you can. And then rebend and roll up to stand. Reach your arms up overhead. This time, take your elbows here. Breathe in, strong legs. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend right. Inhale, back to center. You're going to release the arms and just take the right elbow with your left hand and then drop your right hand as much as you can down your back. So you're standing up nice and straight and just trying to pick your right elbow up. And then slowly bend. Back to center, switch elbows. You just hold the opposite elbow, and then the arm that you're holding on to, let that hand drop down the back as much as you can, back of the neck. And then you're going to feel the opening up through the left side ribs and left tricep. Breathe in. Exhale, bend. Inhale, back to center. Hook your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Dangle there. So you're still toward the back of your mat. Let the head go. And then slowly walk your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Feel your dog. Move the legs. Move your hips. Let it move around until you can find a shape that you can animate with your breath in stillness. Close your eyes and feel. Root your palms, the ball mounds of your feet. Pull your belly up and in. And then feel broadness across your shoulders that culminates in wrapping your upper arms in towards your face. Root down between thumb and forefinger and lift your heels. Lower them back down. 2 more, lift, pike hips, and lower. 1 more, lift, and lower. Then tuck your chin, pull your belly up and in, and roll through your spine to a high plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, curl around, tuck tailbone, and then unfurl. Downward facing dog. 2 more, curling up and in, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one, curling up and in, high plank. And then lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra pose. You're going to just fingertips on the floor. Curl your chin up. Just using the upper back. Spread through your toes and root your toenails into the floor. Lift your kneecaps. Pull your belly up and in. 1 more breath. Exhale, release. Breath to movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Internally rotate your thighs as you lift. And lower. 1 more. Inhale, lift. And lower. Tabletop pose. Inhale, breath. Exhale, child's pose. Work your hips back and creep your fingers forward. And then slide your elbows to the floor, relaxing your arms. Rock your forehead side to side. Breathe into your lower back. One more full breath in. And as you exhale, creep your fingertips together, touch your palms like prayer, mudra. Bend your elbows. Then work your elbows a little bit closer to your head. Palms are just right over your skull. And then as you slide your forehead back to the floor, thumbs come to the back of your neck. Breathe. 3 breaths. And 1 more. And release the arms. Bring yourself yourself back up to tabletop. Inhale, cat. And exhale, cat. 2 more. Inhale, cat. Breathing the body open. Exhale, cat. 1 more. Cow. And then cat. And then move it around however you'd like. Eventually landing back in tabletop pose. Now secure your lower body and reach your arms forward, keeping your hips over your knees. Reach your arms forward until you feel like you can kind of arc the back and slide your heart toward the floor. It may not get there. Forehead may get there, or you may just need to get into the elbows here to come into puppy dog pose. So see what you have, and then wherever you are, breathe. Continue to pull your lower belly up and in toward the spine. So we're trying to drive a sense of openness through the upper chest rather than the lower back. 1 more breath in. Exhale, slowly come up and we'll pull forward into Sphinx pose. So you're going to slide yourself back enough so that your elbows are just a little bit forward of the shoulders. Root your hands down, pull your belly in, and lift your chest. And then move it around a little, just side to side. You feel your hip bones really rooted on the floor. And you're just coming into that little side stretch. Just to feel which side of your back muscles feel a little stiffer this morning, and then come into Sphinx. Breathe. Curl your toes under. Forearm plank. Belly up and in. Press the forearm strongly into the floor. Feel a little rounded hips here. Breathe. Lower down. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, forearm plank with a little round. It's more round than you normally get to in forearm plank. Look toward your toes. Inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, shoulders press away from the ears. Plank pose. Then come into the curl. Plank curl. And then lower down in. Lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, plank pose or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. And then inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, like cat back, like that curl we just did. Inhale, lift it up, press the floor away, belly up and in, curl in. Inhale, exhale, right knee comes to your left elbow. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step through between your hands. Bring your back knee down. We'll come into this version of Crescent Moon that's very square. So the hips are high, almost over the back knee or just a little bit forward of that. Bring your arms out to the side. Breathe in. You can untuck the toes if you want. Hug. Inhale, open. Now lift your chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, hug. Left elbow can come over. This time, 1 more hug. And then we'll come on up, hold the elbows over your head. Breathe in. Lift the chest a little bit. And then come back to center, hook the thumbs. Inhale, lift your heart. Lean back as much as you're willing by squeezing your inner thighs and glutes to the midline. Exhale, release hands to the floor. Curl your back toes under. 3-legged dog. Right leg goes up. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Really let the knee bend a lot. And then we're going to take circles with the knees. You're going to curl the hip in. Open it out. And curl in. So this is a clockwise direction. If you're going the other way, that's okay. We'll just take 1 more. And then switch directions. Coming up and around. Up and around. And 1 more. Up and around. 3-legged dog. Square hips, belly in. Lift your left heel up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Both feet come together. Breathe, let it be fluid. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, curl in knee to nose. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to nose, curling your belly back, tuck chin. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, right, left knee to the right tricep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step through. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, stand up. And then bring your hands down and around. Curl in, right elbow comes over. Inhale, open up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, curl in. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever feels right to you. Squeeze your inner thighs to the midline and just open up through the spine, upper back is opening both directions. Last one here, right elbow over. Then reach up, hold the elbows. Lift, lift, lean back a little bit so you're opening through those shoulders as much as they will. Then release the hands, hook the thumbs, straighten up your arms, and take it into a little more of an arc. Breathe in. Exhale, release, hands come to the floor. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee and open your hip. Open it up there, open, open, open. And then we'll take it into the circles, bringing your knee down and in and up and around. 3 more like that. Notice your shoulders as you're working the hip. And then switch directions. Just moving through your range of motion. 1 more rotation through the hip. Then inhale, three-legged dog with a square hips. Lift your right heel up very high, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. If you're hopping, you're going to wrap those shoulders toward the midline. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just holding onto your heels or the back of your legs here. Internally rotate your legs. Scoop your belly up and in toward the sky and then drop your head. We'll take the elbows again, so we're in kind of a ragdoll, but a closer in stance of your feet. And just slowly shake it out a little from your hips, from your head. Yes and no. Then release your hands. Slowly roll up to stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, touch your palms. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then we'll take a mountain pose, inhale, breath. Exhale, wrap your right arm under for your eagle arms in your mountain pose. Alternatively, you can hold on to the shoulders. If you have the eagle arms, and now it's kind of right in front of your face, try to broaden your gaze. And as you breathe, spread across the back of the shoulders. Root your shoulders down strongly into the body so you feel connected there. And then begin to lift your heart, like your heart could bump your elbows up. Begin to lift your heart and see maybe the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Unravel the arms as you go and bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. You can take it halfway or all the way down. Cobra from all the way or up dog from halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to rise. Reach your arms, touch palms. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, left arm wraps under. Take a moment just to stand with the eagle arms. And breathe. Broaden across the upper back. And then root your shoulders down into the body. Breathe here. And begin as you inhale to feel your heart expanding and your heart bumps the elbows up. See if you can feel that. Central lift from the sternum chest. And then your shoulder blades stay in the back, and they just begin to turn to support the heart to lift, the elbows. As much mobility as you have there. Breathe in. Exhale, unravel. Bend the knees on the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Halfway or all the way down. Upward facing dog. Turn those upper thighs in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, lift your heels. Exhale, step or float, top of mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, fold. Separate your feet, hips width distance. And then bend your knees. Take your palms and slide them face up underneath your feet. So maybe you just get the fingers, you get the whole hand, bend your knees as much as you need to, then drop your head and root into your feet, your palms. Shift a little side to side, Padhastasana or Gorilla Pose. Breathe. Take about 3 more breaths here into your lower back, lower spine. Breathing. And then release. Toe heel your feet together to touch. And then inhale, chair pose. Take the same thing, eagle arms, your right arm is going to wrap under. Then just sit into your chair here with this. Sitting. With a sense of lift up through your inner ankles and your inner thighs. And then as your inner thighs squeeze, let your glute muscles wrap down and under. And then same thing here, your little baby chair, you just begin to lift your heart. Lift your heart, lift your heart. And then straighten out the legs and lift your heart even more, coming into that eagle arm, upper back bend, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, left arm wraps under, just steadying yourself here. Feel and really embody this ability to see through the obstacle in front of your face. You can use your heart to lift. Heart energy, a sense of gratitude for the movement of your body. Straighten out the legs, lift up, up, up. Exhale, fold in, soften your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your vinyasa, chaturanga style or cobra style. Thighs move in as you open up the back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg, shoulders put away from the ears. Exhale, cross body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cross body again. And then we're going to come into fallen star. So you're going to reach your right foot onto the floor to the left side of your mat. And left arm goes up. You're going to turn onto the inner edge of your left foot. It's like a modified side plank in a way. And then you can stay with this, working the sense of openness through the neck. Or you can add, right leg lifting up, gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose, left hand comes down, curl. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step through. Inhale, 2 straight legs, blocks are handy or something. Exhale, return to the lunge, look forward. Inhale, 2 straight legs, belly pulls up and in, chest expand. Exhale, rebend, peek forward. Inhale, 2 straight. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, Crescent Lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. Right away, squeeze your left glutes up and in. And you feel your right hamstring respond to that. Inner thighs pulling up the leg. Breathe. As you're ready, left arm wraps under for eagle arms. And there we are, again in the same shape. Shoulders wrap down the back, and you feel the shoulder blade connection there. Inner thighs squeeze, glutes squeeze, and then you can take it up. Just an option. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, unravel, devotion lunge. Coming into the lunge with airplane arms. Right away, squeeze your glutes. Lengthen your spine. Breathe, really press back into that back foot. At the same time, work the heel over the ball mound. Pull your right hip back. One more breath in. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Breath out. Inhale, star pose. Facing left side of your mat. Turn your toes outward from your heels, making a big star. Exhale, goddess. Squeeze your elbows into the midline. Inhale, star. Expand through your back body more than the front. Exhale, goddess. Take it down. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess, and then bring your hands to your thighs. Here you can let your shoulders slide up as the hips sink down, and then press your shoulders away from your ears. Then again, let the shoulders travel up as the hips sink down. Press shoulders down. One more. Press. Breathe in. Exhale, drop right shoulder, taking upper thoracic spine twist. Maybe a few pops there. Inhale, breath. Stable from the waist down. Exhale, left side. Inhale. Exhale, stable from the waist down. We're going to twist again. Inhale, breath. Just notice which side is more mobile. There's always one. And then back to center. Stabilize yourself here right at the center. Bring your hands to your heart and move it around. Breathy legs. Inhale, star. Turn your toes toward your device and then fold forward. So you can internally rotate your thighs now, down and back. As you fold and reach for the floor, drop your head. Shake it out, no. Shake it out, yes. Strengthen your legs here. Press your feet into the floor. And then just slide a little side to side. So you're trying to let your spine feel mobile and snake-like as it dangles out of the root of your pelvis. Then inhale, halfway lift, peek forward a little bit, fingertips on the floor. You can turn your toes outward from your heels again. And then bend your left leg. You might creep your fingers over to the left. So your spine can stay very parallel to the floor here. You can flex your right foot. You want to keep both heels on the floor at all times. So we're going to get over to the right side, bend your right leg, straighten your left leg. If you want, you can add that little flex there. And then we're just going to go side to side, up through the center, exhaling to bend. Up through the center, exhaling to bend. And you can take your arms out of this if you want and just fly it side to side into your legs. The spine stays parallel to the floor. Both heels stay on the floor. Breathe. It's getting into the inner thigh. Real working of the butt and the legs. One more rotation side to side. Left and right. And then returning to Prasarita. You're going to turn those toes in. Parallel your feet to the short edges of your mat. Fold in. Two more breaths. And slowly rise up. Turn your right toes to face the front. And your back toes scoot it back a little bit. Bend slowly into warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. Feel the rootedness of your hips down. And then the length of your spine up out of your pelvis. Knit your front ribs in so you can broaden through your back ribs to float your arms out to the side. Take a look over the front fingers. Or you can stay looking straight ahead for you. Breathe. This steady sense of belonging. A sense of being right here. Belonging here. Each breath a gift. And then on your next inhale, we'll take it into reverse warrior. Warrior two legs stay the same. And then we just connect into that side body stretch we did earlier. Let the right hand come to the back of your head. And then lift your right elbow up a little bit more. Breathe. One more breath in. hands frame your front foot. Inhale is high plank, and then slow chaturanga so you know where your alignment is. Upward facing dog or cobra from the floor. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, float your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, float your left leg again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. And then we're going to take it into the fallen star. Reach your left leg long and let the outer edge reach onto the floor. Right arm comes up. Inner edge of right foot, outer edge of left foot. Press down, stack your shoulders over your standing hand, your left hand. Then knit your upper ribs in, broaden across the back body. And if you want, add the elevation of the leg. Breathe. You know where we're going, knee to nose, so breathe in here. Exhale, curl everything in as you root your right hand down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, step through. 2 straight legs, pull it back. Exhale, rebend. Dynamic through the legs, pull back, belly up and in, make space. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, 2 straight. Exhale, rebend, root into the front foot, rise, crescent lunge, Anjanasana. Squeeze your right butt cheek. Steady. One more breath in. Exhale, right arm wraps under. Breathe here. Root the shoulders down into the body. So it almost feels like you're going to pull your elbows down. You're just kind of pulling your shoulders down and letting the elbows rise a little bit. And heart bumps up. Maybe you take this up. Steady squeeze of the legs. Breathe. One more breath in. Exhale, unravel, refocus, straight down. Torso comes in line with the back leg. Internally rotate your back thigh, so you've got all 5 toes equally taking your weight on the right foot. And breathe. Left hip pushes back, so the knees can stay pretty much stacked over the foot. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. One more, star pose. Exhale, prasarita. Turn your toes to parallel, matching the front and back edges of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half. Exhale, bend your left knee a little bit. Not too much. Root your left hand down. Then we're going to stretch open to the right, finding a little twist to the right. And then root back down. You can bend both knees as you switch. Twist to the left. Straighten out the left leg as much as you can. Pull your spine forward, up and out of the pelvis. Straight forward towards your device. And then fold in. 3 breaths here. Option to take a tripod headstand if you'd like. If you're going to do the tripod, your hands go right behind your shoulders. And then your elbows stack over the hands. You probably need to widen your stance to place your head on the floor. And you're going to take as much weight into the hands as you take into your head and float it up. Otherwise, you're just staying in prasarita for another breath in and breath out. And then headstanders will come back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, warrior 2. You're going to turn your left foot to face the front of your mat. Just the stance as needed. If you need to get wider, bring your hands to your hips. Root your hips down so you can feel against that the lift up of your spine. Like your pelvis is the root for the length and the growth of your spine. And then Slowly free the arms up. Feel your back body, the back muscles supporting the arms. Breathe. Steady and free, just part of the landscape. Inhale, reverse. Keep breathing here as you slowly slide left hand to the back of your head. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Really root down. Left elbow goes high. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, wrap. Exhale, chaturanga vinyasa, returning to down dog. In any way that supports the length of your spine to downward facing dog. Wag your tail, wag your tail. Then we'll come into dolphin pose. Bring your forearms to the floor, palms together or interlace, or the fullest expression of the posture with your forearms creating a number 11, breath up and in. Now you can take this also, if you've got the hands interlaced, into the Shirshasana headstand if you like. You want to make sure you can push your head up off the floor if you're going to do that. Otherwise, you're just going to stay in dolphin pose and lift your heels up, loading the front body a little bit more. Continue to press your shoulders down your back so you stay really rooted in the shoulders and the back muscles as you shift your weight. This is the same shift of weight you're going to need for Shirshasana anyway. So you can practice it here. Breathe. Lightly touching the head, pushing back. One more. Really loading that upper body, and then we'll come back down into child's pose. You can reach your arms forward, palms down or palms face up. 5 breaths in child's pose. Very easy, breathy through the whole back. You can imagine in child's pose your back like a turtle, breathing in the sun. 3 more breaths. And one more big breath in. Full breath out. And then we'll come on up to our knees. Or slowly roll up. Stand on your shins. Separate them about hips with distance. And then bring your hands to your ribs here. Elbows out to the side. You want to squeeze your inner thighs together so you'll feel that little squeeze there. Broaden through the shins and the toes. And you lift your ribs up and pull your belly up and in. So you just go very strong, stable in your natural lower back curve here. And we're just going to take an upper back counter pose. Inhale. Feel the ribs expand and lift up. You can even lift them up a little with your hands. Exhale, start to lift the chest, let the heart bump up. And you're kind of closing the ribs here together with your hands. And then just letting the spine arc. So it's not a rib flaring, it's really a rib closing to get the upper back arc. Close the ribs. Just the upper back. And then slowly come back. So if you effectively closed your ribs, you probably felt some new arcing in your upper back that you may not have felt before. Have a seat. Take a moment. And we're going to do that again, beginning with the closing of ribs, or beginning with the lifting of the ribs, the closing of your ribs, and then the arcing of your back. So it's really your spine arcing and not just the ribs like pulling open and making you feel like you're arcing. And then from there, you either breathe there, really breathe into some newness that you might be feeling, or you can take that arc a little further down the spine to come into the full camel pose. So we're entering it a little bit differently. Right on up. Shins, inner thighs squeezed to the midline. That's going to kind of pull your knees together on your mat. Natural curve in your lower back. Just feel strong in your belly, the belly pulling up and in. Hands to the outer ribs, elbows out to the side. Breathe in. Lift the ribs up. Like you're sliding your ribs up your spine. Breathe in. As you exhale, let the ribs close and lift your heart up. Ribs keep closing. You actively push them together. You can interlace your fingers there. Arc the upper back. So now you can either stay here and go, wow, breathe into that, or you can allow it to come into the lower back and reach your hands for your heels. So now you have the upper back, the lower back, the ribs are not flaring. Internally rotate your upper thighs. Breathe. Full breaths here. Yeah, not tiny sips, the full deal. Breathe. One more. Full breath in. Lift it up. And have a seat on your knees or otherwise, whatever seat is comfortable for you to sit for a moment. Close your eyes. And then we'll come to a simple cross-legged seat. Take a breath in and just fold forward. Just drop your head. Then breathe into the back body like a turtle. And walk the hands forward a little bit more, just supporting your move into a counter posture. A slow, extended rounding of your spine. Root your hips into the floor. Push your hands into the floor to root your hips back. Breathe in. And then allow the head to drop a little bit more. Again, rooting hips and pushing into your hands. You're pushing back out of the round and then allowing gravity to round you down a little bit more. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly roll up. Change the cross of the legs. Same thing, we're going to drop in, part way, drop the head, breathe into the back, then walk the hands forward, drop in. Same thing, 4 breaths to root the hips down, pressing into your hands, and then letting yourself drop more into the fold. With your breath, pushing into the hands, filling through the back body, and fold. 2 more, just like that, feeling your turtle back expand, dropping your head down in. 1 more. And then release. So bring your legs forward, bend your knees, and we'll take a right ankle up over the left thigh. And then for this one, you can either stay here with this, working your hands behind, and the chest up, shoulder blades squeeze together, lift, flex the right foot. If that's enough hip flexion for you, you're going to feel it more strongly the more you kind of activate your right leg and press the right ankle into the left thigh. Lift your chest. Either that, or you can bring your hands to face forward. Take it up a little bit. Into reverse tabletop with figure 4. Optional. Lower back down. Turning the fingers back behind. Lift chest, flex the foot. And then roll all the way down. We're going to take it down onto the elbows and bring this figure 4 shape toward you. Right hand comes into the gap. Hold the back of your left thigh. Active right leg again. Both feet flex. You can use your right elbow to press your right thigh out, but keep the right thigh active as well, flexing both feet. You can stay here with this 5 breaths, or you can take this into reclining pigeon pose, where you hold on to your figure 4 right leg and stretch the left one out. Keep the left one active, even elevate the heel up off the floor so you know it's active. Even curl up and round the spine so you know you're active. 1 more breath wherever you are. Exhale, release, rock back up to a seat. Place the feet on the floor, hands behind. We'll start with the simple figure 4 with your fingers facing away from you. Flex your left foot. Then pull belly up and in. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Flex your left foot really strongly. Press both hips down. Just breathing here might be enough. This is a lot. If If you want to take a little interlude into reverse tabletop, reverse your hands so your fingers face towards your feet, and then lift up and open the hips. Breathe in. Come on back down. Either hang out here, the fingers facing away from you, lifting hard, squeezing shoulder blades together, or you can take it all the way down now. Elbows, figure four stretch on your back. Everybody can do that. Take your hands behind your right thigh, flex both feet. Even as you press your left elbow into the thigh, flex both feet, root your hips to the floor. 5 breaths. And you can turn this into reclining pigeon pose. If you do that, keep your right heel elevated off the floor. Flex your left foot and turn the left toes to the sky. Curl up and look towards your right toes. One more breath in. Exhale, release, hug your knees in, rock a little side to side. And then we'll come into a simple twist. Bring your feet back to the floor. Press down to lift your hips up and shift them over to the left side of your mat. Drop your knees to the right. You can rest your right hand on your outer left thigh. You could turn and look towards your left hand. Not necessary. You can just feel the range of motion of your neck, just gently nodding your head no. And then breathe. And maybe shift the shoulders to the right a little bit to help broaden the space across your upper back. Then come back to center. Recenter yourself to start. And then press down. Pick your hips up and really substantially shift them to the right. And then drop your knees over to the left. You might even want to shift the shoulders even more to the left here. Left hand can come to the right thigh. And then you can either gaze over the right hand or not. You can just stay with a sense of just whatever mobility you have in your neck and whatever breath you have in your body. Free it up. One more full breath in. And release it out. And dropping back onto your back. Last little hug in. Hug your knees into your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Lay it down. Just let it go. You can just flop yourself down on the sand, warm, sunny beach. Close your eyes and just imagine yourself there. Just releasing anything that's been gripping your mind. Let it go. Be, breathe, just in a sense of full gratitude. There's always something. Even in the worst moments we can feel there's always something to be grateful for. Or just to be in a sense of gratitude. Workers,